going? Hey you, welcome to some Sims 3. We're back on the island paradise map. While I was ill, or actually not so much when I was ill, because I swear I didn't get out of bed for several, like for days, this last bit of whatever here in September, but there was a while where I was feeling better, but I didn't have much of a voice. I couldn't talk or do anything, but I was in game, okay, for little short bits and pieces, and I've really been working on trying to up the population on this island to some of the families and that I had created. I do believe I've got 11 gargoyles on this map now, and I don't think I've changed it to a resort yet, but that's in the plans. I believe it is here on the map, or I dreamt it. I don't know which, but and then I've created a couple other families. Someone had been really, really kind and sent me links to your family on the Sims Exchange, like on the Origin Sims thing, and I couldn't get them to download and install properly. And I really tried. And thank you so much for trying to save me some work, but it didn't work. I've tried a few times, nothing ever happened. And I will be honest, to date, I don't think I've ever gotten anything off the Sims Exchange, off the Origin, central hub, that's ever actually worked for me in game. I've paid for stuff and I couldn't get them to work. I had one of the new maps, the New World maps. I had bought one once, and I think it worked for like a day, and or until the next item pack or something, and then it never worked again. And I don't know. So I gave up, and I had talked about creating a family that were a bunch of girls, and I made them. It's the Smexy family. Oh yeah, I think there's 7 girls or 8 girls, I can't remember, and they're all just drop dead gorgeous, of course. Big wide range of interests. The family that I had put Sweetbriar bed and breakfast, I don't remember if I've put them in here or not, but I'm going to be. And then this family, I made them a very long time ago, back in the werewolf, vampire world, and I had mentioned them before. They're a family from India, and the wife is very, traditional. She's family oriented. She cooks and cleans and takes care of her house, kind of quiet, stay home mom sort of thing. Their adult daughter, young adult, but the adult daughter is still living at home. She loves to be outside. She likes to ride her horse. Now, airtime, yeah, for air, sure. I gotta say right up front that something punky has happened in the translation here of this family, or in upgrades or something. She's in English riding breeches and English riding boots, and this horse is in Western gear, which and it doesn't match the saddle and the. I didn't do that in real life. I would never do it in game. Whatever has happened to this horse's tack was not mine. So I'm either going to have to change the tack or change her outfit to, cowboy girl or something. But yeah, see that this would never would have this happened in a horse that I had created. And then the father, at any rate, he wants to be, and I think, I mentioned this early days with the Sims recording. He wants to go to university and become a blog star. So he's, the adult guy, adult daughter. He's going back to school, while mom stays at home and shakes her head and goes, "Oh my goodness, what is this man doing?" So anyway, this is their house that I'm working on. Because the mom was very traditional, I wanted a house that was kind of, very, very traditional. Now the upstairs part's working okay. You come up, you come up through here, little hallway. It's going to be a private bath, and that'll be an extra room for somebody. I don't really know what. Maybe I'll even put a little balcony. Now, probably not. But anyway, the upstairs looks like it's going to work okay. The downstairs is just not doing it for me. You walk in the hall. This is open. Well, okay. There's, it's a good sized family room and a nice reception area. That's okay. We've got this will be the dining area. I put these tables and things in randomly like this, just so I can see how much space I have to work with. But we don't have, where are you going to put the kitchen in this little, that's no good. So I'm thinking, while the front may be very traditional, I think I need an addition on this house. Obviously I need an addition on this house. So I don't know, I thought we could extend the kitchen and maybe put in even like a little observatory or something. That would be, those are kind of nice and popular, right? Apparently, in my version of Island Paradises, this was an island that was, originally settled by the British Empire. Has anybody ever noticed I tend to do that a lot? Oh, and did you see the Minecraft map of Great Britain? Oh my God, that is so cool. I love it. That is so, so good. I could just, run around and look at familiar spots and put in lots of names of things, and I'm sure I will do something with it at some point. If it's just, as I said in the recording, build my, what is that called? What is it? Aren't you what? Aren't you glad to see me? Of course. Uh, so I might just run around on that map and put in, you know, a summer home in, see, that's in Somerset, or a winter home in Somerset and a summer home in Scotland. I like the idea of that a lot. So that could just be a little hallway to the back, but now if I am going to have an archway here, I don't want that close. It probably won't go at the bottom of the stairs anyway. I bet it's not going to work. So I would have to do something like this and like this to put in an archway. And does that just make it weird? Or does it work? Well, that gives me a little entrance hall. Actually, that works out fine. You know what? That's good. That's actually just fine. So we're going to have an addition back here, I think. Right here. We'll make it start out from this area because I can put in just a little teeny tiny toilet. Should I make it jog like that? Is that like too weird and too cramped? In real life, there's all sorts of little bits and bobs like that in houses, especially older ones. But in game, it can become a problem. Because somebody will be standing there talking and then no one else can get through, and little, they're having hissy fits and temper tantrums. And so buttons. I wonder about... See, this is how I build. Bits and pieces, bits and bobs. But I've been anxious to get this map, populated with the right people. So I just want to play for a while. I just want to, get some storylines going and get back to the politician and his wife of doom. So how big should our kitchen be? Just something like this? Now, I mentioned an observatory though, didn't I? You know what, maybe all I'm going to do with this is just put a wall of windows and a glass door and then a little seating area out here or something like that. They could put a lot of plants right there. Now, we do have a horse we are going to have to house. We're going to, some places for jumping. Oh, I made another family. She has 2 horses. And I built like a big barn and a little bitty house attached. Because, that would be a good house. I wouldn't mind it at any rate. I saw where I lived in Ohio once, some people put up they were building a new house just up the road, and they went with a massive barn. Like it was a big house. Okay, it was a big house, but the barn was just as big, and it was all connected. So in the winter, you could leave the house and walk through this, big wide way that had plants, like almost like walking through a greenhouse, with big arches over here, and they had put in a pool, and it was sort of, like this and this with 2 wings on it. So you get to walk through this beautiful area looking out over the garden and straight into the barn. And I swear, I thought that had to have been the single solitary most wonderful idea for a house in history. I loved it, I gotta tell you. So you know what, I don't know if we'll give these guys a car. Maybe we could put something like the barn here, the garage on the front. I'm going to put that in, and how much room would we need for a garage? Vehicles. Well, we can't afford to buy one, but all we need is this, right? So if we had a garage here, then we could just build build one building with the stall on the other side, and then there's room to walk through here, and then we can have just a nice big paddock back here, which isn't going to be all that big, is it? For, you know, the other lot that I put the other lady on to with the horses was really small. I really had to pack them in there. Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of room for a jump course here, is there? But let's see if we did. Is there any chance we can put 2 in a row here? Yes, really. Well, how cool is that? I would not have thought that was going to work, but I'll take it. So we can, what way? They're going that way. So we're coming along here, and if we have at least one other going, actually we could probably put 2, or Cavaletti. We could just put in some Cavaletti for now, right? To get started, and then we can change, you know, upgrade the course later when we want to add something big and cool. Well, it would be this way, right? I wonder if there is any chance. Boy, that looks like a tight turn. That's an Ian Miller Big Ben kind of turn. I don't think we're ready for that. This one, this is a nice slow end, right? Beginners kind of jump. If we put that one in, and then this one, can we get 2 in here? We can. Look at this. We're going to be able to get a whole jump course here. And we still have room for Cavaletti. So if the Cavaletti are going this way, they could make a turn over there and then do that again. Like this. And up the center. You know, this isn't the most imaginative course ever. At all. But, you know, it'll go. So we just have a couple. These would work much better if we had a bunch of them in a row. But we don't. And there's no room for a third, is there? No. And this won't work unless we move all of this back. Might do. Although if we go that close to the end of the property, we probably won't be able to put a garage door in. And therein lies the other problem. Will this go? Go! Do it! Look at that. This will be a very tiny barn. Not a lot of room here, but look at that. We can get in 3 Cavaletti running this way, and then pull a U-turn, and then pull a U-turn. And once the horse has gotten a little better in ability, then we can put down, you know, things like the pyrotechnic, ooh, and the water obstacle, of course. Oh, and advanced. We have 2 of them already. So we have other things we can put in later. That's good. Except, of course, this doesn't give the horse any place to graze. Although, you know what, he can graze around the jumps, right? Not a problem. If we put a fence across here, we can put in a water trough. Big fancy one, because you gotta have nice for the horses. Now I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this particular building. If I should I have this all attached, you wonder, like up right across here? Maybe. I am going to call this quits in a minute because I'm going to the pet store. I'm setting up a 55-gallon aquarium. And I'm so excited. Oh my God, I can't tell you. I'm just, yeah. If I move this right along there, and then this will be here. Come on, catch that. Move, come on, tuck that in there. Now, how far can I go? Oh, I can go right to the edge of that. Ooh, that seems kind of grim, doesn't it? This is getting kind of claustrophobic, but I'm going to have to. Because I can't, oh, there's not even enough room there. So that's not going to work either. All right, well, can we do this? Because we could still have the wall there. And take this out and this out. Like that. We would have garage stuff. And I'm wondering about just doing this, like right. Oh, except we got something weird going on with that. Well, hell's bells. So that isn't going to work. Isn't this fun? But I could leave a walkway through here. That seems like it would make sense anyway. Can I close this off? Lots of room there. Very, or just like that. And maybe I could even put one of those arches through here. And this could be our barn. Just like that. Might do, eh? Huh. But now there will be a problem with the barn door because I'm not going to be able to put it there. Ho ho ho, trial and error, such fun. Because, well, that's not high enough anyway. First of all, let's just take any old thing and put that down. And then we can putz around with walls up here and see what we can do. But that won't go because the archway is there. It's always something, isn't there? Just always something. Or because the stall is too close on the other side. Well, let's take the arch out and see if that makes a difference. I think this stall is just too close. So, we live on a tropical island. The question becomes, do we need this sort of barn or do we just need a stall, a stable? Because that would be the other option where the horse would just go, you know, just stables that lead directly to the outside. And they look nice. I mean, I do like that sort of building, and you see them a lot more in Great Britain than, well, certainly than you do here because it's too damn cold here for that to ever be a consideration. But just something like this where we could put you know, a little walkway over, and the stall would just be open to the elements because, quite frankly, that's probably not a bad idea. Or I just, you know, cut the jump course down. Yeah, that might have to be what it is. So, at any rate, I'm going to call it quits because I just saw the time and I want to hit the store. I've got the aquarium downstairs. I want to go check for under gravel filters and pick out a color for the gravel and maybe look at some pretty backgrounds or something like that. And then I have to clean up the lid, and I don't know, we'll get to fish next week. And first I'm just going to do like I do in here. I'm going to putz around until it's as pretty as I want it to be, and then I'll say yay and put some people in it. So that'll be it for the moment. And yeah, like I said, I get this house built and finished, and I've got a lot more families to introduce you to, and hopefully a lot more interactions going on. And yeah, I'll see you soon. So until I see you next time, hit like, please, subscribe if you haven't, share this with people, favorite it, tell your friends. Thank you for helping me build this channel. I love you. Until I see you next time, live your life happy and build it beautiful. Bye-bye.